Now, U.S. lawmakers briefed by intelligence agencies have long warned the Chinese government could access TikTok account holders' user data to spy on Americans or promote Chinese propaganda or disinformation on the app.
Is it possible that we can be saying a final farewell to TikTok in the United States of America? Even though this ban just got recently approved, there are many concerns from both sides and both equally valid. Welcome to my channel. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, make sure you like, and make sure you share.
FBI Director Christopher Wray is one of the loudest voices sounding the alarms. Take a listen to what he had to say yesterday on NBC News.
TikTok, for us, represents a national security concern. And the reason I say that is that TikTok's parent company is beholden to the Chinese government.
Now, even though generally TikTok has seemed to be the butt of all the jokes when it comes to negative content, when it comes to things that may not really be pleasing to the average viewer, I will not be ignorant to say that TikTok has also not been a great use to the improvement of the lives of many people around the world. TikTok seems to get all the bad representation when it comes to negative principles or negative policies that are promoted through social media. Even though places like X, Instagram, YouTube all have their own negative aspects of it. But for some reason, TikTok seems to be the one that never gets to shine the brightest when it comes to its positive influence on the world. I myself was not really a fan of TikTok. And even though I do not really care for this ban, I do have a sense of empathy for those that it might affect because, one, TikTok came at a time where all the young people, nobody really goes anywhere else to look for information. Anytime somebody wants to find out something, from what I have seen and what I have experienced, people go to TikTok first. Nobody likes to read. Nobody likes to do their due diligence and searching through content and knowing which one is of a credible source anymore. Now, this can all be attributed to negative things that the TikTok app has done to the American youth. But then again, I would say that because of how it was managed, it didn't really help implement a better value system in the same people that are their customers. And to be frank, I myself did not really care about TikTok until I started to use it in a way that it benefited me, it benefited my mind state, and it benefited those around me and how I tend to live my life.
Even presidential politics. What is the future of TikTok? NBC's Savannah Sellers has our Sunday focus.
You will be destroying small businesses like us.
TikTok creators descending on the Capitol this week.
Save TikTok!
You need to make your voices heard.
Call them and tell them to stop the ban.
Hoping to save the social media giant. TikTok appealing directly to its users.
And we had millions of kids calling Congress, in some cases threatening suicide.
Even flying creators out to Washington.
They're trying to rush a vote to block TikTok.
What would it mean for you and your family if TikTok were to be banned in the U.S.?
It would be devastating. Being able to just launch out a positive message would be completely stopped.
But in the end, the bill passed in a landslide.
The yeas are 352, the nays are 65.
Now, I do think it is hypocritical for Joe Biden and the government to pass a bill that would ban this TikTok app, especially when it comes to trying to engage with TikTok creators to help him in the persuasion of people to vote for him in this next coming election. That is hypocritical, especially when we realize that you're doing so many things behind the scenes to send money outside the country. When people in your own country are not having the best life that they had when they compare themselves to how they lived a couple years ago. Inflation is going up. The cost of living is going up. These should be things that should be invested in, but instead, people are worried about other things. Now, I do not personally believe that this TikTok ban is solely for the purpose of improving the mind state or lifestyle of people, especially when people are being tracked in other means. Look at how things on the average person's phone or device has been updated without the user's permission. You want to use that as a reason to ban TikTok? I find that very hypocritical because I think the main reason why TikTok is being banned is because it is of an international creator. Would I be confident that this would happen if TikTok was to be an American-made company or a Western-made company? I really doubt that.
TikTok has huge reach. As we mentioned, across the US, it has 170 million users and 40% of those say it's their regular source of news. There are concerns among politicians that the Chinese authorities could misuse their data. TikTok has consistently denied sharing information with the Chinese government. Its chief executive has been grilled by lawmakers twice in less than a year.
I'm making the following commitments to you and to all our users. Number one, we will keep safety, particularly for teenagers, as a top priority for us. Number two, we will firewall protected US data from unwanted foreign access. Number three, TikTok will remain a place for free expression and will not be manipulated by any government.
And the people that manage TikTok could have done a better job, because when you look at the complaints that people make about TikTok, the things that are marketed to the youth in the West is way more mind-numbing and negatively impacting when it comes to things that are marketed to the youth in other countries, in the people that are competing with the US and the West for world domination. So at the same time, we should all not act like we also don't know why TikTok might be in the situation that they find themselves to be in. Things have been banned for less of a reason, but people that are posting worse things on this same TikTok page are being allowed to roam free and make as much money from the platform without any consequences given to them. So at the same time, this is where we have the two sides of the coin. One side is happy and doesn't care. The other side cares so much because they've put all their livestock on TikTok, and this is where they make their bread and butter. At the end though, I do think that this was a wrong move on the American government, especially at a time like this. How would lives be affected with the ban of TikTok? A lot of lives would be negatively affected. I would not disagree with that, because over 100 million users are on TikTok. And we're yet to see what will happen, because TikTok is not going to go down without a fight.
TikTok says it'll challenge the move in court. Its chief executive had this to say on TikTok, of course.
Make no mistake, this is a ban. A ban on TikTok and a ban on you and your voice. Politicians may say, but don't get confused. Many who sponsored the bill admit a TikTok ban is their ultimate goal.
But as for the people that chose to make this decision, and as for someone that is not the most politically aware, it is very hypocritical to rob somebody of their free rights to use a free platform, a platform that they allowed into their own system in the first place. And now, because it doesn't benefit you anymore, you choose to get rid of it, despite the fact that you are the same people that still track your own citizens and control where your citizens listen to and what they do on various occasions. So this is very hypocritical of you, because the minute something stops benefiting you, you choose to ban it, now realizing that that is not the fundamental problem. Let me know your opinions in the comment section below. How do you guys feel about the TikTok ban? Do you care? Do you not care? Or are you indifferent like me? Don't forget to subscribe.